Hello people, this is FisherTwelve and we have another exciting Black Ops 3 Zombies video for you guys today, as always. And today I wanted to give a quick update to the Wonder Weapon upgrade in Shadows of Evil. Previously, it was noted by someone who had been looking through the code that the upgrading steps for the Wonder Weapon had been removed from the game in a recent patch. And this was rather surprising because it seems very un-Treyarch-like or even un-Call of Duty-like in general to remove or tweak what I would consider a major game component in the first place, especially when it was something that was established in the game and then taken out and put back in. It's just this crazy story of first we had the ability to upgrade the Wonder Weapon through a weapon swapping glitch, then that was patched and it looks like they put in additional code to that represented the actual steps for upgrading the Wonder Weapon, and then we saw some of that actually taken away or at least, disabled in the code. And then in another update, we saw that added back, and in this update, it looks like there was some more tweaking done. So it looks as if maybe the upgrade to the Wonder Weapon is broken, and Treyarch is slowly adding it as they put it back in, as they fix it. I'm not really sure. If this all sounds a little fishy to you, it is. This process of adding and removing code is a little funky, very un-Call of Duty-like, something we haven't seen before. But even to me, this idea of someone being able to look through the code and sort of pass out these declarations as if they work at Treyarch and say, okay, the Wonder Weapon is now upgradable. Okay, the Wonder Weapon is not upgradable. And I'm right there with you guys. I still think this is a little sus, but I'll admit I talked to the guy on Reddit who had been going through the code. He goes by the name DecryptorFixer. And I do believe he's telling the truth, at least to a degree, with these Wonder Weapon updates, as unusual as they may sound. I'm not going to go over our entire conversation, but it is up on Reddit if you want to read it. He essentially breaks down what he did in very technical terms, and then I sort of break down what he did in very not technical terms. But I'm essentially questioning him and his findings and giving him some shit tests just to see if he really knows what he's talking about or if he's just spewing out information. You guys know, if you follow this channel for I don't know, at least the past 6 months, you guys know that I have a background in computer science, so reading and writing code is something that I actually know how to do. So when someone claims that they're going through the Call of Duty code and they start saying things like, oh, I simply used a point break during the upgrade function, and then I had a Boolean value that prevented the static method from being called, so therefore I can see that the upgrade is not possible right now. That's just the sort of thing that I want to dig into and fact check, because that's just not how people talk. If you're a technical person and you do something very technical and you're trying to explain that to someone, if they're not technical, you wouldn't use technical terms, which this guy did. So it was just a little bit fishy, but I'm convinced for the most part, I would say 90-95%, this guy knows what he's doing, or at least knows what he's talking about. So when he provided us an update again today, I was a little more susceptible to it, and I now feel comfortable sharing and relaying it with you guys. If I thought this guy was BSing, I wouldn't bother covering this. I don't want to make fun of, or not make fun of, but I don't want to pick on and call out other zombie YouTubers, but there are some YouTubers out there that are like, oh, this slight little tiny piece of thing came out about zombies, let me make a video about it and then say that it's irrelevant tomorrow when this other piece of evidence comes out. I at least like to make sure that what I'm telling you guys and what I'm showcasing to you guys is of some value to zombies and is not just theory or hypothesis. And if it is, I'm going to make sure that I convey that to you guys properly. But continuing on with this guy's update, he had pulled earlier from the code, just some background right now, he pulled earlier from the code that there were 3 upgrade audio cues that would play every time a step in the upgrade process was completed. And I covered and analyzed these audio clips in a previous video, which you can find a link to on the screen right now for your viewing pleasure. But prior to today's patch, that first audio cue couldn't be activated. Instead of the code telling the game to activate the audio cue, the code would skip over that step, and because of that, it prevented the other audio cues from working properly. You'd still get them, but they weren't actually completing the next upgrade step. But in this recent update, they seem to have reintroduced the activation step for the first audio cue. Decryptor said he got it by killing keepers and zombies together with the Wonder Weapon on the second ritual. Now, he also notes that this is not the only way to initiate this queue, because it does sound a little crazy to get the entire Wonder Weapon without doing the second ritual first. That's usually just not how people play Shadows of Evil, but he hasn't been able to get a second audio cue after getting this first one. So in my opinion, it's still a little bit up in the air at this point if the Wonder Weapon is fully upgradable or not right now. It seems like Treyarch is slowly patching the upgrading steps in, but like I opened with this video, it just seems a little funky, and it definitely has us, you know, in this peculiar state of, okay, so is there an upgrade or is there not an upgrade? You would think that Treyarch would say something at this point. But that is going to do it for this video. But that is going to do it for the video that I have for you guys today. So if you found this informational, if you found it helpful or useful in any way, make sure to leave a like. And if you're new here looking for more Black Ops 3 content, then go ahead and click on that subscribe button. But other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. And take care.